Hey there, folks. It's Monday, August 31st, 3:21 p.m. Um, myself, as well as a few thousand other people, have been waiting for me to get out of this body for things to happen. Myself especially, but a lot of folks understand what I am because they've known me through the years. And when you can reach out anywhere across the planet and go inside people's brains and touch them and work on them and make changes in them, and they see it for themselves, uh, they start to understand, okay, this guy is different for whatever reason. He has these abilities, okay? Uh, Now, when people get to know you, they get to understand who you are, how you feel about things, how you look at things. And then they start to understand that, okay, this guy Jay here, he cares about other stuff. And to be honest, he should take better care of himself. So at least people understand I'm not making things about me. They understand after a while. Because it's not about me, it's about everyone else. It's my job to deliver, and I'll finally be out of this body for the last time ever. I'll never be in a body again. Less than 2,000 years from now, these new bodies, bodies, physical bodies, you're not going to have them anymore. They'll be the new energy bodies. So you'll be going to one of them, and we're going to give this universe a break. Get the other planetary essence and star essence beings out of these physical bodies, out of their physical bodies, not ours. Out of the planets and out of the stars. All this insanity going on right now, it's all going to change. I've been talking for years that there's going to be a new format in creation. That the original first being calls itself God. That it was being destroyed, and it was. July 10th of 2012, we had a big fight, and I believe it was a third of them was taken out then, or it was 2/3. And then on May 23rd, 2013, whatever was left, then I got rid of it. They're deleted, gone forever. That was the original one that we came from. And it was destroyed for its abuse towards creation. All that information is in the creation books, the creation series I wrote. If you can Google J. Essex creation, or just go to Amazon where they sell it, J. Essex creation, and then you'll see the books. It's a 3-part series. I've been talking about how we're going to have compassion, honor, and understanding. And I said we were going to have it by 2020. Well, I was expecting to be out of this body by the very latest, December 2018. But I was expecting it before then. So it's taken me this much longer, and it looks like I'm finally about to get out of here. Then again, I have to wait. When you're source, you bond with the body that you're in, because every frequency that's everywhere is part of it's part of what source is. A little over 40% of my frequencies that I am have never had any kind of physical form. I mean, never been used to create beings. No, it's just part of source, part of what I am. Excuse me, this heart's kind of, it won't go quite yet, but it will soon. Anyway, the American Communist Party is going to be destroyed. American Communist Party, I'm starting to talk New York accent. I was born Long Island, New York. I guess he was born, actually kind of created there. I had other DNA put in me, but anyway, the American Communist Party, they call themselves Democrats, Democratic Party, but they're not the communistic. They're the opposite of the Democrats. Everything they say is a lie. It's just like China. When someone from China knows, I had a neighbor that was from Chinese. She was from China. She was Chinese. Now, that does not mean that there's not good people in China. But the vast majority of them have been taught it's good to lie, there's nothing wrong with it, yada, yada, yada. Guess what? The same thing was happening on the other side by the original first being male and female. And while you were in a body, they'd be screwing with you, and they'd tell the spirit guides that you had to lie to you and everything else, whether they wanted to or not. They didn't have a choice. And if they didn't act up, then one of the angels that was put on you would attack them and take care of making sure that you had whatever damage you needed to. If it was time for you to break an arm, they broke your arm. Your God and your devil was the same thing. The original first being male and female halves. Angels and demons, same thing. It's what they call the angels that were put on you. The one they call Lucifer, that he was made in the very beginning to protect the original first being male and female. When they removed a huge part of, they removed a third of themselves, and then they cleaned out like 92% of the negativity in it, or something like that about that. It's in book 1. And then that negativity that's negative source, original source negativity. And then they had already made the one that is supposedly called Lucifer to control that, to take care of it, to make sure it didn't screw up. And they wouldn't let it have a lot of lives. Your quote-unquote Antichrist, that was a piece of that stuff having a life. There was 4 of them, and they're all gone except for one guy in Islamic guy out in the Middle East, and he's not going to be a problem. So anyway, everything is going to change. The format of abuse, just extreme abuse and negligence, that's changing. That's why the original ones are dead and gone. I was made to serve and protect, and I did. They're gone. That's the end of them. And as soon as I get out of this body, the new format is installed. Compassion, honor, and equality. And this communism stuff doesn't work. It doesn't fit. A part of me has been in China tearing it up ever since all this stuff started going nuts. He's been in there for the longest time. Three Gorges is going down. Whether it's that part of me, or whether it's me when I get out of this body, I'm going to literally go up to the dam and kick it, just break the hell out of it. But then I'm also going into the ocean floor between Japan and Taiwan. I'm going to bust the floor. I'm going to bust the shelf there, push it down into the ground, and then create a huge wave and throw it all the way to Beijing. Japan and Taiwan are going to get wet, but they're not going to, they're not going to be destroyed, but they are going to get wet. But that there's going to be 4 foot at a certain point. There's going to be 4 foot of water in the Beijing streets. So, and that's from the tidal wave. Some places more, and it'll eventually settle down. But there's going to be, that country is going to be waterlogged everywhere. All the droughts that just keep happening, all the floods that keep happening, the rain that won't stop, the different diseases coming out of there, bubonic plagues, the swine plague, the swine flu, the CCP virus that's mutated a few times, tsunamis, the typhoons, Earthquakes, it's going crazy out there. Well, that's part of me. Okay, it's part I removed, and I made it to protect the area of the Leo constellation. M66, M65, and the other star group that's in there. And he's bigger than all of that can fit inside him, his energy. And now he's compressed and he's here. And he's doing all this with China. It's part of me. We talk all the time. We're still attached. I can't control him. But, I mean, if I really didn't want something to happen, then, I'd tell him. But I don't think he's going to tear up the Three Gorges Dam until I'm gone. He might. It all depends on how long it takes for me to finish getting out of here. But that tsunami, that's mine. It better be. That ground has to be broken up hard to make it happen, but that's easy. And when I say me, I'm not talking about this body that I'm in. I'm talking about what I am. Inside all of you is a teeny little piece of you, but it's the strongest part of you. Then when the body dies, you come out and you go back up into the rest of you, to what you are. And then you bond together real quick, and then you're yourself again. Some people it takes 2 weeks. It takes me about 2-3 seconds at the most. A wife, I've had the most lives, 10.846 plus trillion lives. And Lily's had the second most, a little over 8.9 trillion lives. It's like 8.923 trillion lives. And we'll be running things. You're not gonna have this. They're just gonna go. I'm taking them out. You're gonna see them dropping dead everywhere. Some of them have to literally be shown for what they are. It's easy to run people. You go inside the top of them. You go through the upper crown, the middle crown, the lower crown, and then right into the hypothalamus gland. And you can make anyone, do whatever you want. You can make them put a gun to their head. You can make them beat their brain into a tree. But that's enough of all this stuff. This is what I'm talking about right here. Here's the hypothalamus. There's the lower crown, the middle crown, upper crown. And just so you know, all these pictures are copyrighted. They have been for a long time. And you go into the hypothalamus gland there, and you control the people. So anyway, whoever needs to do what, I'll know when I'm myself again. When you're stuck in a body, it's you inside that's driving, that's kind of in the body, making the body stay alive. But whatever's going into your crown, through your crowns into the hypothalamus gland, that's what's actually running you. Now, there's not much of anything running you anymore, so things are really nuts right now. This planet intentionally has more negative spirit beings in it, inside bodies, than any other planet, and there's over 8 trillion planets with over 1 billion people in it. And way too many. They're going. I'm taking them out. They're going bye-bye. So, and you'll see after this body's dead, you say what you want. Hey, love you. But, other people's opinion about me, what I do, it doesn't matter. If they're a problem to everyone else, then I'll get involved. If they're just talking smack about me, I don't care. They'll find out the hard way. All these judges that we have in all these courts, they've been getting paid off for years by George Soros, Warren Buffett, and the rest of them. So they're all communists, the American Communist Party. It's also known as the Democratic Party, the Democrats. It's the actual name should be who they are, and that's the American Communist Party. And they're leaving. Okay, a bunch of them going to literally, some of them they'll show everyone what they've done. It's going to come out in the open. Okay. Sometimes it'll be groups bringing them out and making a point of it, to show what they've done wrong. Sometimes I'm going to make them get right out there and just say what they did wrong. And then after they've done that, I'll pull my energy out of their head and they'll be like, oh. But the truth needs to be out. And it will be. And they're all going. You can't have harmony and everything else with these idiots out there doing all this stuff, especially China. 98+% of the CCP is about to be destroyed. They will be destroyed, deleted. Okay? I don't like to use the word kill, but they will be permanently deleted. You can't have a healthy, positive, fruitful, beneficial existence in a physical body, number one, but you sure as hell can't do it when you have all these idiots running around trying to control and controlling and abusing people. All this fighting in the street, and then a Democratic Party saying defund the police. Now that we started all these riots, now we need to defund the police and get rid of them. We got to freak you all out. And we have to make it impossible for you to go to vote. The COVID-19, the CCP virus, you must stay in your house. You must be locked up because when it's time to vote, you have to use mail-in voting, and it's not going to work out and be any good. And after a certain amount of time of there not being decided a new president, then what's going to happen is Nancy Pelosi, the chairman of the House of Representatives, she automatically, by law, by the Constitution, which they don't even believe in, becomes the temporary acting president. Ain't going to happen. No matter what happens, as soon as I'm out of here, everything will be fine. And I can't see that being allowed to happen. Until I get out of here, I'm not in control. The stuff in China, yeah, doing it. How much more I can do, I don't know. That depends on that other part of me outside, other parts of me out there, others that are hanging around. But this body will not last forever. And as soon as it's done, I'm taking off. And creation will never, ever be anything but compassionate, compassion, honor, equality, and understanding. And these judges, they're going to be dying off. They're going to be literally just resigning. So, because they're all communists. They're all paid off. They're scum. All of them. The older Republicans that have been such a problem for so long, they're bye. The Democratic Party is going to be destroyed. What you're going to find out is that with the farthest end of the Republican Party gone, and then with the Democratic Party itself destroyed, you're going to have people who are conservative, a little more conservative, a little more liberal. But this party thing is going to be gone. It's going to be gone. The two-party system, it's there to wreak havoc. It's there to create issues. That's why it was made like that. All of us have always been controlled while in a body by the original first being male and female. The only time it wasn't that way is, for me, and a few of the others, is when we came here as the Adamics and made our own bodies. So, and that's only 10 of us, 11 of us. The 5 Adamics and Lily. So anyway, you'll see a change, but try not to worry about it. If people get out and vote whatever way you want, but I'm telling you how it's going to end. Okay? I'll do whatever I need to the second I'm out of this body. And there's going to be people dropping dead everywhere. So all the people in China that have been abusing this police, beating people up, they're dead. They're gone. They're dead. They're walking dead. These politicians, same thing. People that are nasty, abusing others, same thing. Go I go put it as myself, not in this body. I go in and pull the energy out, destroy it, and just body drops dead. There's nothing in there to run it. When a baby is stillborn, and it never comes alive. Why is that? Well, because spirit was never put in it, and that was done on purpose for the original first being, male and female. They want to crush the heart and put all that pain and suffering into the mother, and then the father, and then plus any family members. I mean, they're brutal. All this crap's over. So think of this whatever you want. That's your right, isn't it? I don't expect people to just listen to me and believe me. How can you? That sounds insane. It's not as insane as stuff going on over here, but take a look in just a minute at the end of this video. I'm going to put up a picture of the quantitative electroencephalogram. If you look at the chart on the left-hand side, that's a very special test using a quantitative electroencephalogram machine on a person's brain, where they hook up like a net. It's got wires coming off, and it reads electromagnetic pulses. Now you look at the same test was done, but this time the sheet for the picture on the right-hand side, the same test was done. However, that's when I went into his head, and I was here in my house in Duluth, and he was in Sweden. So that's some proof. You'll find out more. The second I'm out of here, things will start happening soon anyway, but the second I'm out of here, people are going to drop everywhere. That's it. No more. And then that's also when ETs come in. So I talk with them all the time. I've talked with one in person. But the other ones, they come, it's talking in person, but it's telepathic. They can make like a partial body where I moved my hand one time. I didn't mean to, but I smacked her. Sepoian. She was the one that helped create Dana and mine's children. So anyway, you'll see. So do what you can to maintain people. If you can, get out and vote. Okay, if you want to vote Democrat, then that's your problem. But if you want to vote for helping people out and this country staying free, you might want to consider voting Republican, or don't vote at all. But either way, that's what's going to happen. And when this new country that's being built in the oceans, that this new foundation is involved in, the ERA Foundation, the Essex Ramirez Anaya Foundation, it's a whole new it's a whole new philosophy. It's ETs, ET hybrids, and the Essex Ramirez Anaya family. So, and then as people start becoming aware of our technology, they're going to want it. Well, we're happy to help, but you got to follow our rules. One thing we will be doing is going to Somalia and Ethiopia, and we're going to give them free food. Creation is changing. It's not just this planet. There's over 8 trillion planets that have life on it, that have over 1 billion beings on it. Over 8 trillion. Well, 8 solid 8 trillion anyway, a few more. Hundreds more, so. You'll see. It's past time. All of you know. If you even clued into my channel, you know something's wrong. I was made to be the original one's protector, so they made me real strong. And then having all these lives being beat up all the time, yeah. So that's the energy I put in these spheres. And then Deanna is really strong. Deanna is, her spirit's from Lily and I. Lily's my other half. And Deanna is all, over 99% female, but 40% of her energy, her power, came from me. That's just how it happened to happen. When Lily and I put our energy together to create other, parts of ourselves. So she's a fracking powerhouse. Anyway, everything's going to change. and all this scum is leaving. I'm very involved with everything everywhere. Creation means everything to me. Everyone means everything to me. But as soon as they get abusive or controlling towards others, it's time for them to go. Whether I delete them or freeze them, and because I think I can do something with them later. That's what's going to happen. You'll see it. They'll be dropping like flies everywhere. I'm just mad it's happening. I'm better, like I said, with this country. I'm very tight. My last life as Gandhi, I was the father of India. It was a few lives ago. I was George Washington, the father of. The lights just flickered. I was George Washington, called the father of this country. As spirit goes, who we really are, I'm your oldest brother. And I'm really big. And I care about you having the best you can have, and I don't need crap. I need for you and everyone else to be happy and taken care of. That's all I need. And I'm big enough, strong enough to where everything can attack me at the same time. It's going to lose. So, call it arrogant, whatever you want. Hey, it doesn't matter. Love you anyway, man. That's just how it is. Oh, I got to get off this video because it's been cranking my own energy up so I can do this. And hang in there. It's going to change, and it's going to be in your lifetime. This body's dying. Just not fast enough. You'll see. You're going to see, not your kids, you. Your kids will see too. Folks, love you. Take care and hang in there. Change is coming.